Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're talking again about the Canon R7 and R10 cameras that were just released, and the purpose of today's video is I'm going to be combing through. Yesterday I posted a video talking about reasons that you should avoid these cameras, but the YouTube community has enlightened me in talking about 10 reasons why you should be picking up these cameras. A lot of the comments that I got were disagreeing with the points that I had. Some were encouraging and others were just downright mean. One guy writes, "You love kit lenses and that's why you only have 600 subscribers." So I'm going to be talking about the other side of the R7 and R10, compiling your guys' best comments, and then going over a list of 10 of the reasons that you should be picking up these cameras. So let's try this again, take two. And before we jump in, I just want to say a big thanks to all the people who were preaching positivity on that video, who subscribed to my channel, and then also the 43 people who enjoyed a different point of view than some of the other YouTubers who just hype all these new cameras. If you want to go back and watch that video from yesterday to know my dislikes, you can just click here, or I'll make it easy for you. And number one, I wanted a full frame entry level update to the Canon R or RP. Number two, I wish that these R7 and R10 cameras were a little bit more lightweight and smaller. Three, I didn't like that they were lacking RFS lenses at launch. Four, the price is creeping into the price point of some good used full frame cameras. Five, I didn't think that this was an all around great video option, even though it does have 10-bit 4K. And six, the 1.6 times crop of the APS-C camera plus the 4K crops kind of turned me off a bit. So without further ado, these are the 10 best comments that I got that were insightful and made a good point for picking up the R7 and R10 cameras. Number one, people are super excited to use their existing EF/EFS lenses with the RF adapter, specifically the one with the variable ND inside, and EF lenses that have like a wider focal length, something like the Tokina 11-16 2.8. Number two, people are actually really happy with the price points of these cameras, and they fit a large market of wildlife enthusiasts. If you guys are finding value in this video, please feel free to give it a like, and I'll wait for you guys. 3, 2, 1. Thanks so much. Let's dive back in. Number three, people don't really care about the weight or price of RF glass, and that only 2 bad kit lenses were announced for this RFS system. They say that there are plenty of options out there for lenses in the EF, EFS, and RF lenses, and turns out a lot of people already own RF glass, so they're just gonna buy an APS-C body, and they don't need to buy any new glass, and then just use those lenses on the R7 or R10. My hope is that Canon can address the 10mm focal length with the RFS lens. That would be very helpful, so we don't have to use these EF lenses from the past. Number four, people are actually super excited to use this crop, this APS-C crop, to their advantage for shooting things at a distance, including the 4K 60 crop of 1.81 times on the R7. Number five, one of the best selling points of this camera is that it shoots 15 frames per second mechanical shutter or 30 frames per second electronic shutter. As I mentioned in the video yesterday, it does have amazing sticky autofocus as well, so that's another selling feature. Number six is that people are super excited that this camera doesn't overheat after having the issues with the R5 and R6 at launch. And while we don't have any like long-term reviews of these cameras yet, initially things look good. Number seven, as I mentioned before, APS-C is far from dead, and a lot of people don't really care about the full frame benefits. People said in the comments that it was overrated to have full frame cameras and that they're pricey. And if it comes in at the prices of the R7 and R10, this was much needed in Canon's lineup. Number eight, and I agree with this one, people are crazy pumped about this stat on paper, is that it has 10-bit 422 and the R7 even has C-Log. Again, I would love this 10mm focal length to be addressed with the RFS lenses. Number nine, I did mention in my video that I wanted to see full frame entry-level Canon cameras updated, but as one guy mentioned, it's all a business and they're not going to be updating those because it would undercut the price point of their lineup. Number 10, it's a 32.5 megapixel sensor, and with the crop, it increases pixel density, so the results are already looking really good for what I've seen. I want to thank the community for stepping in and having Canons back. There's certainly a lot to get excited about for photographers, and even a little bit of video work on the side with these cameras. Personally, I will not be picking up these cameras, but that's only because they don't fit my specific need of low light capability, no crop, and then a true hybrid for photo and video. It's definitely going to be a fun camera for a lot of enthusiasts out there, and it fits a sweet spot in the market for a lot of people. I want to say thanks to the YouTube community for educating me on the pros of the R7 and R10 camera, and we'll see you in the next one. I appreciate you.